Hello, and welcome to Voices Unleashed. My name is Alexandra Babbel, and this is a show where we celebrate singers, their stories, their struggles, and how they actually contribute to our community, if they do indeed contribute.
I do not.
So this is Nika. She's my sidekick. And now we have the guest of honor today, Hayley Blais. Hayley Blais. And I have nothing to say as far as an introduction because she's going to talk about herself. But before we say all that, the whole time.
Okay.
Before I do pass this on to her, I want you to know that I've known her since almost her inception. I'm good friends with her mother, and I know all about her young life. And then Nika, as a fan, knows all about her professional life. So we're going to go after the nitty gritty.
Okay.
A little bit like Barbara Walters. See if we can make her cry. Okay. Hi.
Doesn't take much. Doesn't take much.
How are you?
I'm good. It's so good to see you.
Oh, it's so good to see you too. I haven't seen you since Kiki's wedding. That's my daughter's
100
wedding.
years ago.
That's, I think, 8.
8? Really?
I
No,
think
you're
so.
joking.
7 or 8, maybe.
Oh, wow.
They have 2 kids now.
I was like 12 then.
Right. You behave that way.
I'm
No.
20. I'm funny.
Hayley, we are so delighted that you made an effort to get here because you don't live in Kelowna anymore.
No, I don't.
Tell us, first of all, where you started in Kelowna, and then we're going to talk about your career going forward.
I mean, you know where I started.
Yes,
You're the reason, pretty much, that I am in music now.
Aww.
Are you going to cry?
Probably.
Yeah, I started taking lessons under your tutelage
Under my tutelage.
when I was 8 years old. Right?
Oh, yeah. 8 or 9. Yeah,
So
you were
that's-
tiny.
Over 20 years ago.
I
Really
remember
young.
your mom asked for you to take lessons, and I said, no, I don't take children, because I was very pretentious.
Wait, I was the first kid?
Yeah,
The chosen one.
the chosen one, for
Oh,
sure.
wow.
Yeah.
Really? And then I came in and I was like, yeah. And you're like, okay, actually.
Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to make an exception to
I
the
didn't
rule.
know that.
Yeah.
I thought you always had a child.
No, I don't take children. I just
Oh.
didn't. I've changed my ways now, but you were the first.
Well, even
Right?
still, like I feel like you only take like 12 plus, right? Like you don't-
Well, now you don't have time
as
for
a
that.
rule.
Yes, I have a rule against children as well. I didn't know that. I feel honored. I'm honored,
Well,
truly.
you should be. There you are.
But yeah, I started taking lessons with you, and I did them until I was 18, and then I started singing with Kiki.
Yeah, that's right. So you were in voice lessons. We did all of it kind of get, and your voice from the beginning was there. It was just there. I couldn't really take credit for it because it was kind of all there already. I just kind of moved stuff away out of the way so it could come through.
Yeah.
And then you joined Candeska, that female ensemble. And I actually, can I flatter myself to say that every once in a while in your music now, the way you harmonize, right?
Oh, totally. I try. Like I will be honest and say, like, I wish I could sing the way I could back then, like operatically. Like, there's some stuff that you lose technique over time. It's been 10, 11 years.
Oh, but why would you
But
do
like, there's
that? Why would you do that if you have what you got?
There's still stuff that you've taught me that I do pre-show, like solfege warm-ups and stuff.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah, and it's hard to lose that stuff for sure.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
But the harmony too. You have a way of we did a lot of thirds and sixths.
I love thirds.
and
Oh, I live in the thirds.
Thirds, not fourths. Fourths don't work.
That's
Sounds
hard.
rather odd, but thirds
I
and
live
sixths.
in the thirds.
We're talking about intervals, the space between two
Yes.
pitches, and we're not going to get too technical because we will alienate our audience. I think we already have. But anyway, so then you came on what tours with Candeska? Where did her mom, did all of the tour arranging? I really miss
She's
your
a
mom.
planner at heart. Still to this day.
Oh, I know.
We could have used her on this trip. But
Yeah,
oh, well.
I know.
We'll
we can't
manage.
afford her.
She's moved on.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we did the first European tour. It was like the first tour because it was the inception of Candeska.
That's right.
Yeah. So we did Europe,
Yep.
New York,
Yep.
and then Europe again.
Yep.
And then I don't know. We did some like I'm sure we went to around Canada
Yeah,
stuff. I don't know if we
that's
did Toronto or
amazing.
anything, but
Yeah, you've been everywhere. But since then, okay, that's enough of that because we want to hear all about now and what you've got. Okay, so you left Kelowna when?
2015 I moved to Vancouver.
And this was, I mean, I think you got your start more on the YouTube thing first. When you moved to Vancouver, were you already gigging?
I did like a lot of very small gigs that still humble me to this day. I mean, I did a lot of like humbling gigs in Kelowna at defunct Fernando's now. Rest in peace, Fernando's.
Oh, yes.
I loved it there. Bring it back.
Yeah.
I did lots of shows there.
Mm-hmm.
That, it's those shows you have to do that I kind of miss to this day.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing stadiums now. I'm just kidding. I miss the little, but yeah, you do like cafes, open mics.
Yeah,
lots of that for the first couple years in Vancouver for sure.
And then, what was your big break? What could you say was your what shifted things? Because you're kind of a big deal now. We know.
I mean, thank you. I disagree, but that's because you're your own worst critic.
Whole big fat face was on the Toronto big screen. I saw it.
Do you want to know a secret about that?
Yes, please.
It's there for 2 seconds. Then it moves on to the next thing, and then it comes back.
2 seconds longer than me.
I guess so.
I mean, my proof that you're a big deal is I didn't look for you on Spotify. You looked for me on Spotify.
You.
Yeah, literally Spotify just showed you to me and I'm like, oh, I've heard of this girl. And then
I'll always find you.
Yeah.
I'll make sure you're listening.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I don't know if I had a big break per se. It's just, I think it's like a lot of years of just doing the same thing over and over again.
Your tenacity.
Oh, thanks.
Indefatigable energy. And focus, right?
Yeah.
And then it does, after a while, pay off. And then you got a bunch of grants.
Yeah, I pretty much live off grants. I really love the BC grant system.
Thank you, BC
I will never
grants.
leave British Columbia for this reason.
No.
I hear there's some good ones. Everywhere has a great art scene.
Yeah, but I mean, grant writing. I've done it.
Oh, I don't touch the stuff myself. I'm off the juice. I have little...
You have people for that? She has people for that.
I have people, but
She has people for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So you got that grant, and what did you do with that big one?
Oh, it's gone. Oh, I actually don't know. It's gone in the blink of an eye.
But you went on tour, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been on many tours, and I would say, honestly, the touring economy right now, if you're a musician or a singer in a band, I think you should tour as much as you can, but it is so expensive. It's not accessible without a grant, or you can do it really nitty gritty. My first tour I went on across Canada, I think I spent $5.
I think your van broke down.
Not on that one.
Oh, but your mom told me.
Every other one, for sure. I have
That's
a van
part
curse.
of the experience.
I have a van curse on tour, for sure, where something will go wrong. But this first tour, I bought a van.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, thank you.
It's so adulting. You're adulting.
I bought a van and it lasted me, I think the biggest mistake of my life was selling that van. February 2020, I miss her to this day. If you're out there listening, I love you, I miss you.
Yeah.
It never let me down. It was like a van I bought for I went and bought it and the guy was like, name your price.
Oh.
$100. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
And it never let me down. So you can if you get a good van, you can do a tour, really nitty gritty. But I just don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
You're investing in yourself at this point. Spending money to make money.
Were you touring alone or with a band?
I had a band.
Okay, so just a band in the van.
Yeah, and we slept in the that's how grimy it was. We would sleep in the van or stay with fans who came to the show and were like, we need a place to stay tonight. And people would just be like, and we don't vet them. And
I feel like
it could be scary. We don't know.
I think that adds to the experience.
Totally,
honestly.
it's still to this day one of my favorite
Yeah.
tours I've ever done because it was we were 21, 22.
That's what you do in your 20s.
Yeah, totally. So now
you're just
30,
all grown up. Now, the Sutton place, please.
Yes, please. 10 rooms, please.
Okay, so we're so cheery and this is all very happy. Yeah. However, I'm interested in knowing if there was ever a hurdle in your life growing up or after that you used to inspire your music and to push yourself forward, because part of the idea of this show is to be honest about the fact that everybody's got stuff, right? And I've had mine and everyone has their thing, and there's a lot of shows out there that go, look at her, she's perfect. And Instagram is like a curse for that
They do
reason.
say that about me a lot.
Yeah, I know. I've said it several times myself. But what do you think was a thing, and then you kind of went, well, okay, I'm going to work through this and go forward in the industry, because it's not easy. This is not an easy industry.
No, it's not easy. And I will say I did lead a very privileged life growing up in this beautiful town.
Paradise.
It was literally paradise. So I think up until I moved out of the house and like had my real life start, that I started, you know, dealing with the realities of adulthood and young adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like, I think that only recently my last album, Wisecrack, which is about like family and like even just like the death of a family dog that you don't like process and then you write about it. So like the dissolution of family, just coming to terms with adulthood, like my brother starting his own family and me being like, is that what I'm supposed to do now? Because I'm almost 30, things like that. I don't know if there's like any big hurdles. I'm just blessed to live such an unhurdled life thus far.
I want to talk about this album though.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
So first of all, what you don't know is that I listen to it a lot.
I do not know. No.
Alexandra, listening to something other than classical music?
What's your favorite song?
Well, the one that makes me cry.
Okay.
Like, it really does make me cry.
They all make me cry.
When you are asking to just be taken out of the house. The one where you're just like an identity that is overlooked.
I feel like that's all of them.
Yeah.
I go out of my body.
No, and it's like it touched me so deeply because I know you personally. I know the family situation and what it was, and I actually feel like you speak for a lot. Maybe your fan base is that kid.
Yeah. Actually, my parents are the first people ever to get divorced.
In the whole world.
So I had to write an album.
Oh, of course. Yeah. And nobody can relate to that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And
so, okay, maybe they're not the first people to ever get divorced, but most people aren't, writing songs about that. Something I've really liked listening to your music because of, so I'll listen to a song and I'll listen to the lyrics, and I feel like every time I go back to it, I get something new from it. And,
that's great.
And the subject material, I feel like, is very unique because, people are kind of writing the same generic stuff a lot of the time, but there was nothing on this album that could, in any world, be described as generic.
No.
Oh, thank you. I find it interesting you said that you find something new, because the way I like to write songs a lot of the time is I myself learn something by the end of it. Like, you'll start it with like an idea, and then it goes on a journey, and I'm actually learning things as I'm writing it, and like kind of having realizations. It's therapeutic to write. This album for sure was very therapeutic.
Can I ask this? My interpretation was at the very end, that little bit for Alma almost felt like you coming back to you.
Yeah, well, that's so true. And it's also like the start of the album is very pessimistic, and like it's me saying, I don't want to confront my feelings.
100%. I'm just going to make a joke.
Yeah. And then at the end, it's me being like, the start of a new family is like this hope for growth and like renewal and totally me coming back to my own.
Totally. I got that vision of you coming right back to your little self when that little repeat part of Alma. We're going to link all this in the show notes, people. You need to hear this album.
Thanks.
You need to buy this album.
Yeah.
You need to follow this human. And then you also need to know that she's got quite a few gigs coming up, including one right here in Kelowna. On Sunday.
Yeah.
We're going to be there. You should be there. It's at Red Bird.
Yeah, I'm opening for my friend Louw Fogale. Wonderful. You'd love it, actually.
I'm coming.
I'll put you on guest list,
I'm coming. No, I've got to be there. You're my person. I wanted to come last time, and then I got sick. That's what happened. And then I bought a whole bunch of tickets anyway and gave them to all my friends. I got 20 tickets to your show.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was you?
Yeah, it was
there was 20 people there.
So what do you look forward to going forward?
I'm excited to tour more. Even though I love touring, you got to do it. You see it, like, we're going back to Europe, I think, at the end of the year. We've been to Europe a couple times. It's so expensive, but I think it's worth it. And that's also, like, I was talking to some bandmates being like, should we do this European tour? We were just there in November. And my MD music director was like, you're young, go to Europe again. Who cares?
Yeah.
Go to Europe again.
Go when you can, for sure.
So we might do that. I'm also just excited to kind of take the summer to write the next thing.
the next
I feel like this album really emotionally and creatively drained me. Like I for a while I'm like, I think I've said my piece. Maybe I should be a veterinarian or something. So I haven't been struck creatively for a while.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hopefully,
Yeah.
like we're not going to do a lot of touring this summer. It's just off shows, couple festivals in Canada. So
Fun.
we'll see.
And
It's
we'll
gonna be
see.
chill.
Well, we are looking forward to whatever else is coming, because honestly, the work you're doing is making a difference in my life personally, but in a lot of lives. So came full circle. You're giving back to me, because
I'm so
wow,
glad to hear.
wow, it's just such an honor to be part of your life and be part of the beginning, and then watch your fan base grow.
And you've gotten her to listen to something other than classical music.
Mission accomplished.
That's a pretty big accomplishment.
I have decided that I have absolutely the right and prerogative to change my mind about what I love and expand my horizons, right?
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to all the guests coming forward. And what's the date of your show again?
Sunday. May
This
19th
Sunday,
at
and you can
Redbird.
get tickets at on the Redbird website, looking for Hayley Show, and I'll see you there. And I know that your future is very promising and successful. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Thanks
I
for
just
having me.
adore
It's so
you.
good to see you. I wouldn't
So-
be here without you, honestly.
Oh, I love when people
So I'm
talk to me like
honored.
that. I'm honored too. So thank you so much. I want to really very much show and express my gratitude to Nika for being next to me and being my sidekick, and especially Kelowna Now. Thank you so much, Kelowna Now, for believing in this endeavor. As we go forward and find our groove, we're trying different formulas and different situations, different set. Ooh,
I love this.
I think this is good, yeah.
I love this.
I'm kind of jealous of
I
your
should have
chair.
sat like this. Smoking a cigarette or something.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Not again. So, and we're just looking forward to going forward. Thank you so much, Kelowna Now. We'll see you in our next episode. This is Alexandra Babbel, Nika Louw, and our guest, Hayley Blais. Thanks so much. See you next time.